Hello, welcome to this stream again. We decided to just continue with Vegan Pines just because I'm quite invested right now, so welcome to the stream where we're gonna get to the bottom of what's been happening at Vegan Pines. To be fair, I don't know if I'll be finishing it today, but if not, it'll probably be tomorrow as well, so because I initially already had it planned for tomorrow. So if I don't finish it today, we'll play it again tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get to the bottom of it. But yeah, welcome. Speaking of, let's just jump straight to it, because why not? So you rather see me play than to try and make small talk, so right. We left off. It's kind of weird because the parts of it that you do, that you've seen happen, but then actually never happen in this little run through that you're doing. It's weird. Good morning, Jeff. What's so good about it? Another day further down the tubes, if you ask me. Come on now, it's not all bad. The festival is coming up. A festival. Old Man Valentine used to put all cookamani shindigs all the time. And where did that get us? Well, it's Perennial Harvest putting on this one. And they're doing it for the whole town. As far as I can see it. The difference between the old Valentine company and this new Perennial Harvest outfit. Is all I hear.
Jeff dug through his pockets for a bit.
It's the difference between this empty soup can and this brown banana. But those are both garbage. Exactly. Harsh? Oh, it's back. So who all lives in that house? Eris and Gus Valentine grew up there. And Solomon moved in a few years back. The creepy little kid in the vest? That sounds like the one. So, just 3 people live in that huge thing? I bet a bunch of shady stuff happens all the time in a place like that. Not really. The Valentines pretty much keep to themselves. So it's empty and boring? Pretty much. What a waste. My mom says that it used to be way busier back before Sharper died. Before the fall harvest. Okay, that's like the 5th time someone mentioned this fall harvest thing. And you all use that same ominous tone. Eventually, you're going to explain to me how that harvest got all fouled up. But we can't keep my parents waiting anymore. This way. Yeah, free dinner. Most kids would have just ditched me by this point. Why are you still here? You look like you could use some help. You know what, Luca? You're not so bad. Let's get through this as simply as possible. Just eat, smile, and nod. Fun. Great. Whatever you do, don't bring up their work. I think I can handle that.
Beck took a long breath, then gave a firm nod.
Here goes nothing.
Chapter 4. Dinner with the Moodwills.
That's an
Ilona
interesting
Moodwill
last
was
name.
worried about change. A gardener at heart, she understood the necessity of change, relied on it even. But there was a difference between the controlled world of her plants and this cluttered cottage in a strange town. Almost done. Nellie was a blur of activity, digging through boxes. Sorry, love. Couldn't find the dishes. We'll have to make do with paper plates. Dinner went by without much conversation. As she watched Beck and Luca finish up their pizza, Ilona let herself relax into the chair. The things she cared about were still here. Nellie finally had the job of her dreams. Beck was beginning to take root. Ilona's task was simply to tend to them. She could do that.
Oh, Luca, tell us a bit more about yourself. Oh, tell us a bit about yourself. Where do you live? Oh, I live with my grandma. Over on the other side of the river. Couldn't find the dishes. Please get one. I'm sure when you move house, you put things in like different boxes and then you can't find them after you move, you know? That happens all the time, doesn't it? Like you move house and then you forgot which box you kept it in and then you can't find it, so you're just like, meh. Grandma? Where are your parents at? Beck, manners. It's alright. My dad passed away in an accident at the fertilizer plant 6 years back. Oh dear. My mom's been missing for a few months now. Like missing?
Luca's eyes were fixed to his plate, pushing a chunk of pineapple around with his finger. Nellie was the one who eventually broke the silence.
Luca, how did you like the pizza? Oh, it was good. Very good. Normally would have put more effort into dinner.
Ilona nervously gestured toward the boxes.
We aren't fully settled in, and Beck had mentioned that it's your favorite. Sorry, are we just skipping the part where he said his mom was missing? Beck! Sorry, Luca, this move has us all a little tired.
Luca wiped his face with his sleeve.
No, it's fine. So Beck said that you moved here for work. Oh shit.
Beck gave Luca a swift kick under the table.
Oh. I mean, what brought you to Beacon Pines? Oh, you were right the first time. We are here for work. Nellie won't tell you this, but she's a brilliant chemist. I don't know about brilliant, but I do love it. She's brilliant. Reno Harvest just made her their newest lead researcher of deep engineering. She makes it sound more impressive than it is. I'm just happy that I get to make a difference in the world. Reno Harvest is at the forefront of evolving agriculture into something more useful than sprinkling water and excrement on the ground.
Luca glanced over to Beck. She seemed to be holding her breath.
What Nellie means, Luca, is that there are different ways to grow plants. Yes, some people talk to their plants and hope for the best. And some people happily leave their job to allow a loved one to pursue their dream. What you didn't?
Beck slammed her fist into the table, perhaps harder than she intended.
Hey Luca, how about some dessert? I actually have to meet my friend Rolo soon.
Luca glanced outside to gauge the time. The sky was darker than he expected, filled with ominous clouds.
Looks like there's a storm brewing. I should get going. Oh, I didn't think there was any rain in the almanac. Yeah, almanacs aren't that useful around here.
Luca wiped his mouth one last time with his napkin.
I don't know if I said that right. Thank you all for the pizza. It really was good. See you at the festival, Beck. Wait up. I'll walk you home. Now I wanna eat pizza. Get pizza. Late night pizza is the best.
Surprised, Luca turned around. He knew Rolo could be prickly around new people. But Beck seemed cool. Rolo would warm up to her eventually. Probably.
Break? Let's just go with
Luca
Rumble.
began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble with ominous thunder.
Sure we can make it home before this storm kicks off?
Luca surveyed the roiling clouds.
I'd say the odds are good. Maybe you should stay here and I'll just make a break for it.
At that moment, the heavens opened up, unleashing torrential rain.
Care to recalculate those odds? Hurry inside, you two, before you catch cold. Luca, Nelly will keep trying to reach your gran on the phone. In the meantime, you two hold tight. Sorry, not much to do up here. Most of my stuff is still in the boxes. Mind if I poke around? Be my guest.
Luca squinted into the eye hole of the microscope.
This looks wild. What is it? Gum? Gum?
Luca adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look.
I'm tracking the structural integrity of gum with increasing amounts of chewing. Chewed that one for 47 days.
Luca wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
It's weird, I know. I'm here and had lunch already, so no setbacks. You is right. Hi, Z.
Beck looked down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
Think it's weird, don't you? A little. But weird can be cool. I mean, hey, at least she has a hobby, even if it might be a bit weird. Oh, wow. Rolo and I have a radio just like this at the treehouse. Probably not exactly like this one. My mom and I tore the whole thing down to the bolts. Fitted it with some state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. She seemed pretty awesome. She gets carried away sometimes. I think she feels guilty for working too much. But when she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech overcompensation.
Luca flicked at one of the toggles.
I bet you can get all sorts of stations on this. Not out here in the boonies. You wouldn't believe the stuff I could pick up back in the city. But around here, it's all farm reports and static. Ah, shucks. Aw.
Luca bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers. Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime.
Engine.
He flipped open the attached card.
Happy trails from Coach Walker and all the Fairview Condors. Boy, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh? Oh, sorry. Was this from your old school? The most recent one, yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards. Some did flowers. When they're really trying to feel good about themselves, they do both. So you moved a lot. Yeah, that's the thing with having a brilliant parent. There's always a better job somewhere else. These flowers would last longer if you put them in some water. That's the sort of thing I would do if I cared. Well, you cared enough to keep them is all. Luca, can I ask you something? Of course. Dang, didn't that hurt? I'll be honest, that hurt more than I expected. Well, at least you looked cool doing it.
Beck took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
Do you ever feel alone? Superhero landing off the top bunk? I mean, you could. You just probably hurt your knee. Like, even when people are around? Well, Rolo can be pretty absent-minded sometimes. I'm serious. Does it ever feel like your family doesn't care what you want? It didn't used to feel that way. I know Gran loves me, but sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem?
Luca took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
Did a normal jump off once. Then I took a landing turney. No! I know the feeling. How do you deal with that? I guess I haven't yet. But one thing my dad told me when I was little, don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. If you try to hold it all in, you're gonna pop. Sound advice, kid. Sound advice. So then, what do you do when you don't know what to do? Dad never got to that part. Something I figured out on my own though? You gotta do something. Anything. Here. What are you doing? I don't know. Something. We're gonna register our complaints with the storm. Listen here, you miserable universe. Stop jerking me around. I just want things to go back to the way they were. Everyone tells me it's gonna be alright. That things are gonna change.
Luca let out a feral scream that echoed into the night.
Every time something changes, everything gets worse. Screw this town. Whoa. Let me try. Moving sucks. I hate it. I hate that. I hate it. Why can't I just deal with it and be happy for my mom? Why can't we just stay somewhere? Ah!
Her voice dropped to a trembling whisper.
I just want to be a normal kid.
Beck brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
There. Wow. I actually feel a little better.
As abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
Oh wow. Thanks. I needed that. Me too. I should head out before the rain starts up again. Sure, I'll walk you out. See you and Rolo at the festival? Sounds good. Luca? Don't let the universe jerk you around.
Beck gave Luca a light thump on the arm before heading in.
Oh.
Chapter 5.
Cute.
Friendly Feud. The air was heavy with the hard rain's residue, the smell of wet things. Despite his dreary surroundings, Luca felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone, not even Rolo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rolo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes. This is what Luca told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
Uh-oh, that is foreshadowing right there. Rolo's gonna be mad. He's like, where have you been? You've cheated on me. Oh, hello. Hey Dawn, tracking down a lead? You bet! I had a juicy rumor. Turns out when Shopper Valentine died, he left behind a peculiar last will and testament. Peculiar? How? He didn't just give his kids an inheritance, there were conditions. Like what? The document stipulated that heirs had to take on a child as a ward. A kid our age, who just showed up to town one night with a lawyer. Solomon? Bingo! So Eris was forced to take care of him? Yep, or she would have lost everything. I'm trying my best. It's just so high-pitched. And squeaky. Why would Sharper care so much about some random kid? Rumor has it, old Sharper sowed some wild oats. That explains the way Eris treats him. Poor Solomon. How did you find all this out? A good reporter never reveals her source, Luca. Ugh. God. Ooh, glowing mushroom. I can't touch it. Run, Luca. Run. Rolo's gonna be pissed at you because you kept him waiting. Oh my god, the lady's still here reading. Does she even have a home? Oh no. Excuse me? What are you doing? Just locking up for the night, sir. Oh, wonderful. I can only assume this means all festival preparations have been completed ahead of schedule. Not exactly, sir. The storm set us back a bit, and it's getting late, so we all decided to... You all... decided? Yes, sir. I was unaware that your job involved deciding things. We are all here at Perennial Harvest because we believe in creating a better future. Yes? Yes, sir. Very much, sir. Do you want to be the one to tell this town that we failed them? No. But we gave up because there was a little rainstorm and we all got sleepy. Of course not, sir. Good. Then it's decided. Yes, sir. We'll work till the task is done. See that you do. Our harvest awaits. Slave driver. It's like, oh, is that... Look at the time. It's time to clock out. No, never. Rolo, are you still up there? I'm sorry, Rolo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Come back? Never. Told you he's pissed.
Luca had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone and it always meant one thing.
You're upset. Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason. I didn't abandon you. I'm just a little late.
Rolo scoffed.
The rain held me up. Liar. You weren't even home. What? The storm got bad and I got worried. So I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to your house. And you weren't there. I hadn't made it back yet. I'm not a fool, Luca. It doesn't take all day to deliver some jam. No, that storm rolled in out of nowhere. And I got stuck after dinner at Beck's hut.
Luca stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Uh-oh. Beck? Dinner? What the heck is a Beck? She's a new kid in town. She's actually kinda cool. You like her. You were with other friends. You have other friends? She needed help convincing her parents that she'd made new friends. New friends? I spent all day waiting for you, and you were off making new friends. It's not like that, Rolo. You know, while I was waiting, I made some upgrades to mission control. It was gonna be a surprise, but you took so long the storm knocked it all down. Just like you knocked down our friendship. What does that even mean?
Luca became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
Aww. Drama. It means you're a bad friend. You don't care about me. Of course I care, you ass. I knew I'd get in trouble waiting so late for you. But I kept my word. 'Cause that's what friends do. Oh wow, what a noble sacrifice you made. Easy for you to say. Your grand doesn't even care. You can stay out as long as you want. And you wouldn't even get in trouble. Seriously? You're acting like I chose this? If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad friend.
Rolo's tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Maybe Pa is right. Storms bring more than water. This one brought out the real Luca. Stop quoting your past nonsense like it means anything. Yeah, well, at least my pa's still around. Ooh, the low blow.
The words hung in the cold night air.
That was a low blow, Rolo. No, you did not.
Rolo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line.
No, you did not.
But it was too late.
Luca, good night, Rolo. Oh, he crossed the line. Dang it. For some bullshit.
Luca dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
Oh, soccer ball. What a jerk. Oh, me a bad friend? Oh, I'm Rolo. Look at me and my amazing family. The ball. Okay. Time to sleep. I guess I'm just never supposed to make new friends. Maybe I should have kept kicking until he did knock something down. Luca?
Gran cooed gently from the hallway.
You slept straight through breakfast. Luca, are you alright? I'm fine. Just don't feel like getting up yet. Okay, I'll leave this oatmeal by the door. I've gotta run out and take care of some things. Okay. I'll be back later to check in. Sure.
Luca just wanted to be alone. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing.
I bet Rolo's still gonna go to the festival. He's gonna be miserable. Eek. Can I break something? Ah. Hello, welcome to the Herdium Skunk. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. I did. Yeah, I did. I'm now on Twitch. He's not gonna knock over anything. Come on, eek. Eek. Okay, this is getting nowhere.
Luca dozed off again.
Go back to sleep. Luca, I see you didn't eat your oatmeal. I don't think I can aim it into a window. Wasn't hungry. Well, just in case you get hungry, I'll leave a sandwich here too. Thanks. Rolo came by. What did he say? He wanted to talk to you. What did you say? I told him you weren't feeling well. Good. So, your plan is to just sit in your room all day. Pretty much. Well, I need to pop away again for a minute. If you decide to end your PT party and go outside, I think it'd do you some good. Noted.
Lucas still couldn't bring himself to go out. Besides, if he ran into Rolo, he'd have to actually confront the situation.
There's never anything interesting at the festival anyway. Oh, this is where I kicked the ball into that. Eek.
The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
Complete first volume.
Luca carefully opened the cover and began to read.
Look at his aim, it was so good. It was like so on point.
A special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art. Rolo cherished it, but asked that Luca keep it at his house. Luca wasn't sure if it was because Rolo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luca's more often. Whatever the reason, Luca didn't mind, but it had stayed right there where Rolo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luca lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway.
Luca? Another little friend came to see you. A girl named Beck Modwell. She said you met yesterday. What did she say? Is she here? She was just dropping by. I told her you weren't taking visitors today. Oh. She seems nice. Yeah. You had a fight with Rollo, didn't you? Can I come in? Maybe later. Alright then. I'll leave dinner on the kitchen table. In case you want a bite before bedtime.
Without realizing it, Luca had pouted away the entire afternoon.
My goodness, he stayed in his room the entire afternoon. He's like me.
He once again felt the weight of it all and allowed his weary eyes to close.
And just sleep all day. He's
Luca
exactly
stood
like
in
me.
a vast black expanse.
The entire
He looked
face
up at
meme.
his father standing
Yeah,
beside him.
there's just a mountain of food outside the door.
Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad,
Komori,
where
yeah.
are we? Taking a final loud gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source? Luca's eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire. Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit. The figure's voice was a scratchy echo. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour, make yourself comfortable. Luca held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame. See? Luca peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines itself. Tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame. Luca could see small shadows moving in the burning city. People. Luca leapt to his feet. We've got to help them! The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves? The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames. They only care about what's right in front of them, not like us. Luca's voice was a trembling whisper. Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit emitted a gasp. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within. Luca's own face looked back at him, older, worn, distant. The sensation was oddly familiar, as if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror. The doppelganger smiled. I tried to help once. He gestured towards his face. And all it got me was this. Luca staggered back. You aren't me. Luca felt a hand catch his shoulder.
It's a time traveler.
His father was there again, beside him.
Oh.
Every choice sets us on a path.
Ooh. This is like one of the bad endings if I end up there.
This is the end of one of your paths, son. Luca watched his older self shake its head ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin.
Damn.
Welp, Dad, if you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luca watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged into the flames. In a flash of cold light, he was gone. What does all of this mean? Luca felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder. Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose. Luca woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted
that's
in the
creepy.
morning sun.
Mom? No, dear. It's only Gran.
Luca rubbed his eyes. The kind, concerned face of his gran came in.
How are you feeling? Fine. Anything you want to talk about? I don't feel like talking. That's just as well. How about you sit there and listen a bit? Whatever you and Rollo thought about doesn't matter. But
Gran silenced Luca with a gentle pat on the leg.
fights between friends happen. What was said doesn't matter. The important thing is that it's not the last thing you ever say to each other. But he said stuff about Dad. Well, do you think he meant it? No. He was just mad. And did you... Shit. Accidentally skipped to... No. Good. One must appreciate friends in their best moments. And accept them in their worst. Aww. Now get your little butt out of bed. The festival's today. You don't want to miss that, do you? I guess not. Seems like a good opportunity to make amends with Rollo, doesn't it?
Luca gave a reluctant nod.
So buy him a corn dog and apologize. But he's the one that... What did I just say? Buy him a corn dog. That's a good boy. Everything's better with corn dogs. I need to get going now. Got some last-minute festival business to take care of. I'll come find you at the fountain a little after lunch. Alright. Love you, Luca. Love you too.
Luca took a deep breath.
Dude, doing her voice makes my throat weird. Okay.
Chapter 6. Through thick and thin. Despite Luca's bitterness, Gran was right. He needed to hash things out with Rollo. A big fight changes the nature of a friendship. Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding. If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them. Luca emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air, but the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rollo.
Now I wonder where Rollo would be. Oh. There you are. Luca. Rollo wanted me to tell you something. What is it?
Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
A space adventure, though you needn't buy it. If ye be brave, go somewhere quiet. Roxy? I don't... It's a riddle, Luca. My goofy little brother wants you to find him.
Luca looked down and kicked at the dirt.
Look, I know you two had a fight. The only thing more annoying than my little brother is my little brother without his best friend. So I'm doing him this one favor. Now I need one favor from you. Whatever it is that went down between you two, squash it. Right? Wonder if I get more fishing options now. Any new bait?
Luca
Yes.
wrapped a twig of thyme around the hook. Some fish have refined taste.
Wee. Fishy. But first fishing. Priorities, guys. Priority. Hey. Property of Shopper Valentine. Figures. If he had his way, property of Shopper Valentine would be written on everything in this town. Should we give it back to him? He may not even want it back. That man's got a contentious relationship with time. We'll keep it here in case he ever wants to pick it up. Cool. Got my fishing done. Are you here? Nope, not here. I guess this is not the quiet... Oh god, this guy is just getting blocked off more and more. Ain't moving.
Jeff was staring into the distance with a wistful look.
Hey Jeff, Everything alright? Huh? Yeah, everything's fine. I mean, used to be fine. Ugh. By the time you meet Rolo, you have fish on like Nah. Just ain't right those days, you know. I really do, actually.
Jeff turned to Luca with a furrowed brow, then gave an understanding nod.
You do, don't you?
For a moment, the two now shared that same wistful gaze.
My god, it's Iggy. Every single time. Yup. Wait for it. Unexplained sound once again noted. It got better? Well, not really. So this is another timeline. Like that timeline ended in a bad ending, so this is another timeline where he didn't get shoved into the ooze. Yeah. That's the thing with this game, is like it all leads to bad endings except for one, so every time you get a bad ending you just like restart at a checkpoint. There's the VOD. Like clockwork. What a bunch of drones. Such a bully. The multiverse is real? Yeah. Where is considered somewhere quiet? Oh, the library. The library. Somewhere quiet. Hey, Luca.
Kato's eyes lit with excitement.
I've been expecting you. Bravo on deciphering the first riddle. The first. Oh, you didn't think that was all, did you? Rolo does go all out, doesn't he?
Kato straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing.
On planet Fapu, you may take issue. When the fifth king dies, you need a tissue.
Kato stared at Luca eagerly.
Get it? Want me to tell you? No, it's okay. Let me figure it out. Alright, when you find it, bring it here to be verified. And if you decide you want a hint, the offer still stands. And on planet Fapu, you may take issue. Fifth issue?
Luca grabbed Natural Photography, Volume.
That doesn't seem right.
Luca grabbed the Modern Science.
Nope.
Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank. Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hankaton.
Probably that one. Ah, you found it.
Kato removed his book from the desk and replaced it with Luca's, turning on the lamp. As he slid the book under the purple light, two words glowed. The Adventures of Hank Atomic, Issue 5. Luca clicked his tongue with recognition.
Rolo's cipher pen. He used to write secret messages everywhere with that. And only I had the special flashlight needed to reveal it. But I lost it. Well, apparently he traded Joe for this purple light bulb. Covered with his entire Halloween candy stash. Oh, Rolo. Now let's see here.
Kato began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word.
Get away with such a
He
grift.
continued flipping.
Only found in... Grub. Grifting grub? What? Art.
Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up.
That's it. Grift in grub card. Grift in Griffin. Griffin's grub card. He wants me to go to Griffin's snack stand. Ah, brilliant. I guess you're off then. Good luck on the rest of the scavenger hunt. Thanks, Kato. Oh, I like Kato, he's cute. Next stand. I don't think this is it. Snack stand, snack stand. Where is the snack stand? That's the newsstand. What? Piper, you're actually taking a break from studying. I wanted to see what all the festival fuss is about, but I can't help but notice. You still brought your backpack full of books. Luca, backpacks can carry a lot more than just books. True, true. So what you got in there? Books. Oh. Thanks for the lurk. Have a good rest. Where's the snack stand? Is this the snack stand? No? Yeah. No touching. Haha. Oh, there. That was the snack stand. Hey, Griffin. Did Rolo come?
Before Luca could finish his sentence, Griffin handed him a corn dog.
Smack. I kicked it. I didn't smack it. I kicked it. Oh, that's it? Bought and paid for. Enjoy. I thought that was supposed to be a riddle or something.
Luca shrugged, taking a sizable bite out of the corn dog.
It's cold. Oh yeah, that's been sitting here for a while. Rolo wanted me to be sure to give you that one specifically. Well, that's just...
Luca tongued at his cheeks, feeling something rough between his teeth. He reached into his mouth and pulled out a slip of paper.
Oh, come on.
He shook off the bits of corn dog to read the slip.
Dog clue. Yeah. I picked up when you need some pep. Near the fountain up the step.
Luca finished off the remainder of the corn dog.
This is getting to be a whole thing. He still ate the cold corn dog. No. I think I know where this one is. The cafe. Yeah, you was right. There you are, Luca. There's no way I'm actually doing this. It's way below my pay grade. Come on, you big stiff. Let the kids have some fun. Fine. But Rolo owes me one.
Lumi waved his hands around sarcastically as he began.
What takes flight but has no wings? Your final task a friendship brings. See, that wasn't so hard. Hard? Why is it that picture? What is that? Ugh, I feel cheapened somehow. I think it's sweet. Good luck, Luca. Luca's not. Aww. Hey. Hey. Did you find the comic book? Yep. And you got the corn dog? Yeah. Well then, I know it doesn't make up for what I said, but here, you've earned this.
Rolo sheepishly handed Luca the balloons.
Thanks. You didn't have to go through all this trouble. I'm sorry I got so mad. Dang it, you were supposed to let me apologize first. Oh, sorry. Now you've apologized twice before me. Just let me do this. Luca, I'm really sorry. With everything that's happened with your mom and all, I've always wanted to be there for you. Be a good friend, you know? When you said you were hanging out with someone else, I kinda freaked out. Rolo. Still my turn. I felt like if you needed some new friend to help you, it meant that I wasn't good enough. But that was selfish and wrong. I was wrong. I'm so sorry, Luca. Okay, apology over. You can talk now.
Luca threw himself at Rolo, hugging him as tightly as he could.
Rolo, I don't deserve you. I don't deserve you either. That's why we deserve each other. So, what else do you want to do today? We could snoop around and try to find some info about your mom. Snoop where? We could probably sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ while everyone's at the festival. Aren't you curious about all the stuff those clipboards write down? What if we get caught? I think I've had enough excitement for 1 week. Let's just make the rest of the day about us. Really? Yeah, the rest of the world can wait 1 more day. You know, I have been wanting to get some work done on the MCDC and mission control. The aim is a bit unpredictable. That sounds perfect. To the treehouse with the balloons. Look at him run with the balloons. I don't know who Perennial Harvest thinks they're impressing with this ridiculous festival. Totally. The town's still falling apart. The weather's still cruddy, and this season's harvest looks like it's gonna be worse than last year's. You said it. No amount of corporate pandering is gonna change any of that. Exactly. But lemonade at the drink stand over there does look pretty tasty. I'm still gonna be mad at them. I'd just rather be mad while sipping some delicious lemonade is all. How goes the beetle hunt? Pretty rotten. I haven't seen so much as an exuvie. And it's not just the beetles. This morning I couldn't find any critters at all. It's like everything that buzzes or skitters just packed up and left. I'm sure they're out there somewhere. Maybe all the commotion of the festival just spooked them. Yeah, maybe that's it. To the treehouse. Oh, I almost forgot. I ran into your gran this morning. She asked me to give you this.
Rollo handed Luca an unopened letter.
I'll wait for you inside if you want to read it now. A letter?
Luca, some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand.
What is his gran doing?
If I am honest, I hardly understand them myself. But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you.
Oh no, Gran, what have you done?
None of this is fair to you. You have already lost so much. We both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward. But if there is, I haven't thought of it. God knows I've tried. Everything I've done. I did for you. I hope someday you can accept that. Love, Gran.
Gran, what are you doing? I love you too, Gran.
Luca folded the paper into his pocket and headed up the ladder.
What's up with the letter? Anything you want to talk about? Maybe later. Sure, whenever you want. Oh, are they just chilling? You know, you really didn't have to go to all that trouble just to apologize. I know, but we'd been looking forward to the festival for weeks. After I ruined everything with my big mouth, this was the best way to make sure you still had a good time without me. Rollo.
Luca was at a loss for words, but that was fine. Words aren't always necessary.
Festival seemed nice. Was it nice? We can still go. Nah, this is fine. Well, there's always next year.
Sadly, this was untrue. A distant rumble shook the treehouse.
Huh? What was that? Oh man, we missed the fireworks?
It was not fireworks. It was something the boys couldn't possibly comprehend. Something as old and cruel as time itself.
Oh my god.
A shockwave of cold tore through the room. A bitter, unfathomable chill. Before they could react, it encased them in ice. Two boys, reunited by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by malevolence beyond reason. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a silent
What the
treehouse
heck?
turned statuary, in a town brought low by its secrets, sits a pair of friends, alone, together. For the rest of time. The end. No, that can't be the ending. It simply can't. I won't accept it, and I hope you won't either.
I mean, yeah, that doesn't
There
seem like an
are
ending.
more endings, more possibilities. I can feel it.
That was so like
We're just going to have to sort through them all
sudden. What
until
the
we
heck?
find the one that fits.
How about break? Try break. That was so sudden. What the heck? Break.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above
And this
began
is
to
where our
break,
decision
revealing
changed.
patches of star-filled summer night. Moonlight filtered down, shimmering in the treetops.
Sure, you can meet Rolo. You're not going home? No, I promised Rolo I'll tell him about.
Luca stopped himself mid-sentence.
Promise you tell him what? Oh, that was one ending, apparently. Spit it out, bub. We're thick as thieves now. If there's a juicy secret, you've got to tell me. Okay. You can come to the treehouse and I'll tell you both what happened. Heck yeah.
Luca saw Beck skulking by the gate.
So you're telling me there's nothing mysterious or creepy about this place? It's mostly boring and empty. I refuse to believe that. Big spike at the gate? Booming mansion? Rich, reclusive owners? It even smells shady.
Beck grabbed the wrought iron bars and shook the gate.
Mark my words, you decadent nightmare house. You will reveal your secrets to me. Oh my god. What did you do? First of all, I told you so. Second, hide. That's Iris Valentine. Is that she's talking to? Shh. I expect you to return that suit in working order. Of course. As long as everything proceeds as planned, there's nothing to worry about. Only thing I'm worried about is what's rightfully mine. If that means making some unsavory alliances, so be it. I couldn't agree more. There comes a time to suspend hostilities. I'll deal with our common threat. Now this is what I was talking about.
Beck's voice was an excited whisper.
A shady stuff. Someone in a suit like that tried to grab me yesterday. Seriously? Shh. You do understand that when this all can't speak. You do understand that when this all inevitably fails, I will deny everything. I wouldn't expect any less of you. You just worry about your part in this and let me handle the rest. I can't wait to see the look on that Rube Kerr's face. Yes, the truth will come to light. I'm still surprised you're so comfortable with the potential collateral damage. There's one thing I've learned. It's that change is painful. Wow, I was expecting shady. But that's just flat out supervillain talk. If you don't mind me asking, why? Why are you doing all of this?
The mysterious figure retracted their mask, hair pushing out from all corners.
Finally.
A chill ran down Luca's spine.
Oh my gosh. That was a plot twist I was not expecting. Holy shit. What the heck?
His vision blurred. Beck stifled a sharp wince, and Luca looked down to see himself wrenching her hand.
Answer I can certainly respect.
Gran tousled her hair back under the face mask.
Well, now I have to use the grandma voice. Just remember. That's why she wasn't around. Yeah, oh my god. Keep everything nice and normal until the festival. I don't need lessons in arousing suspicion.
Gran gave Eris a curt nod and disappeared into the night.
Shit. Maybe hide your hair better, Gran. Holy shit. I have a feeling this is gonna be another bad ending.
Chapter 5.
I feel like this is gonna lead to another bad ending.
Lucas sat shivering in the bushes,
Oh no, Luca.
staring at his feet. After checking to make sure the coast was clear, Beck gave him a gentle tug on his sweater.
What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Why were you so scared of that old lady in the hazmat suit? That was my gran. That was your gran. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm sure there is a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this. Let's just get to the treehouse and figure things out there. Lead the way. Run. God. For the last time, there's nothing to worry about. Of course, we're not worried.
The clipboard finished writing with a scratchy flourish and looked up.
Stowing our I's and crossing our T's. Well, maybe try minding your P's and Q's.
Mr. Nuncreed, arms crossed over his paunch, gave an exhausted sigh.
If there's anything you need knowing, you'll know it. Absolutely. If you're just done here acknowledging everything is accurate, you'll be out of your hair in a flash. Oh, for the love of...
He snatched the pad and scribbled his name so hard the pen nearly snapped.
There. And would you like my eternal soul as well?
The clipboards looked at each other for a moment, almost pondering the possibility, then broke into laughter as they walked away.
What's that about? Hi, Mr. Nuncreed. Luca, let me give you some advice. The next time someone you don't know asks to hear your thoughts, give him a good hard bop right in the kisser. Oh, Gran tells me to just keep away from the clipboards. That's good. That's good. Your Gran is a smart lady, Luca. Speaking of which, you better run along home now. Too dark out to be wandering on your own. Well, I mean, I was gonna go to the treehouse, but okay. Another day, another dollar. See you tomorrow, Z. Have you noticed how all the perennial harvest folks order the same drink? Decaf cappuccino with extra foam. Why? I don't know. Just thought it's a little odd. Pretty weird for sure. Well, the customer's always right. See you bright and early tomorrow. Can't wait. Stuck. And they don't exist. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, the treehouse is just a little further on from here. So what's your buddy Rollo like? Rollo? He's... Rollo. Not particularly helpful. Sorry, I've just never thought about it. Lots of energy. He's funny, even when he's not trying to be. Things have been tough for his family since the foul harvest. It's about damn time you tell me what this foul harvest thingy is. It's a kinda long story. Hit me with the headlights. Oh, hit me with the highlights. Headlights. Okay, There used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Ooh, big deal fertilizer? It was a big deal to us. The stuff really worked. Farmers loved it. So Valentine's grew and grew. Beacon Pines pretty much grew around it. Most everyone in town either worked for Sharper Valentine or used his fertilizer. Things were good. I'm sensing a big but. Around 6 years ago, Sharper Valentine suddenly died. And something changed. Changed how? Could have been a bad batch. Maybe it was in the water, or air, or soil. Nobody knows. But all the crops died. And everyone blamed the Valentines. The foul harvest. Yeah. Valentine's fertilizer went out of business. Half the town lost their jobs. Sheesh. The next year the crops came back, but something was different. You plant a crop, do everything right, and it's sort of a crapshoot what happens. And no one knows why? Nope. I take it Rollo's farm got the short end of the stick. Yep, for some reason, their farm was hit harder than others. That sucks. Things have gotten better since perennial harvest came to town. The Beacon Pines Reborn Initiative? Yep, first thing they did was give the town a deep scrub. They even put us up in hotels, one town over for a week, while they decontaminated the groundwater. We better get going. You gonna be mad at me, Rolo? It's about time. I was about to give up and go home. Who's the new kid? Name's Beck. You must be Rolo. I see my reputation precedes me. Welcome to Mission Control.
Rollo waggled his head with pride.
You'll find we've spared no expense in construction. I've seen worse looking piles of junk. Thanks. Hey Luca, you know the security concerns we talked about? Yeah? While I was waiting, I made some improvements. Let me lock this baby down for a little test infiltration. Can't be too safe these days. My goodness. He's less angry because he didn't take all night? Yeah. He goes all out, doesn't he? Always. Lavish. That's cute. Now what? I missed. Or am I supposed to just hit the target? Again? Oh, now it's moving. Great. Lol. Where did you guys get all this junk in the first place? There's a guy in town named Joff who trades us junk for snacks. Junk food for junk. Nice. So, pretty sweet security, right? It was imaginative, I'll give you that. Luca, are we sure you can trust a new recruit? I'll vouch for her. Thanks, I guess? Oh, Luca. Okay, Luca, you promised to fill me in about the Valentine warehouse.
Luca sucked in a long breath.
So like I said, there was someone there. What were they doing? I don't know. The place was lit up and active. Maybe they were squatters. I don't think so. It seemed more organized. When the man pulled me in, I saw some sort of equipment running. A man pulled you in? Yeah, but I got away. Saying it was a man. They were wearing a mask, right? Yeah. Then it could have been a woman. How did you get away? I grabbed a rock or something and broke their mask. They let go, and I ran. Dang. That's intense. No wonder you freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. On our way here, Beck and I saw Era's Valentine meeting with Gran, wearing the same sort of hazmat suit.
Rollo let out a low whistle.
They weren't there for idle chit-chat. It was a proper clandestine meetup. Oh. Hi, Tyra. Welcome to the stream. Ooh, freedom. I'm good. I'm good. Glad you could make it. So, let me get this straight. There's an operation in full swing at the Valentine warehouse. You were almost abducted by a strange man or woman in a protective suit. And then you saw your gran in the same suit talking to Era's Valentine. Pretty much. I'm beginning to think this town is kinda awesome.
Rollo and Luca shot back a look.
No offense. And so, we can logically conclude aliens or alien zombies have infiltrated the town. And their leader is your gran, and she tried to murder you. First of all, and for the last time, there are no aliens. Second, it couldn't have been my gran at the warehouse. I broke that person's mask to get away. The mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged. But she's definitely hiding something. I know, I like the art style too, it's so cute. Maybe. Your Gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe. All she does is sit around all day making jam. That's what she wants you to think, Rollo. What could she possibly have to hide? I don't know. We haven't talked much since she moved in. Moved in? Your Gran isn't from here? No, she came a few months back to take care of me after his mom went missing. Did you know your Gran before? Not really, no. Been years since I'd seen her. Luca, don't take this the wrong way, but are we sure your Gran is on the up and up?
Luca gazed out the window.
I'm just saying. Sounds like strange stuff has been happening since she showed up. We could say the same thing about your family. But you're right. Luca, your Gran is hiding something. And Pa always says, folks only bury stuff worth digging up. We need to investigate your house. If my Gran really is hiding something, don't you think I would have noticed by now? That's kinda the whole point of hiding something. I guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you two tomorrow when the coast is clear. And we can start getting to the bottom of this. I'm always game for a good snoop. You can count me in. Aww. They're a party now.
Chapter 6. Secret Lair. Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
What time is it? Just pulls a sweater over his pajamas again. I'm coming, sheesh. Impatient. Rollo, what on earth is that? That ridiculous thing on your head? Oh, this? It helps me think. You're gonna need a lot more of those. Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. The coast is clear? Yep, whatever she's been up to this week has been keeping her busy most of the day. It's his thinking cap. Yeah, his thinking cap! Very well. Game is afoot.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes as Rollo strutted across the room.
If I were a Gran, where would I hide my deepest, darkest secrets? Perhaps where you might least expect it.
Rollo flung open the cabinet with confidence.
Ah.
He coughed. as a veil of dust hit his face.
I think it's safe to assume anything that dusty isn't what we're looking for. Or maybe that's what she wants you to think. Then again, any good detective knows not to trust their first hunch. First hunches are for suckers. Eureka! She's lit a fire in order to burn the evidence. She keeps that fire going every day, Rollo. Drat, it may already be too late. Just think of the mounds of documents lost to ash. Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. Days of evidence. Can we just think for a moment? Luca, is there anywhere Gran doesn't want you to go? Yeah, the closet upstairs. So maybe it stands to reason that we should check there first. No dice, it's locked. Well, well, well. Look who stands to reason now. And I have no idea where the key is. If it really is important, then she probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has her berry bushes. Who has ever thought? I'm going to take this important thing and huck it up in a bush. True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary. Well, she is always worried I'll break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. But it doesn't matter anyway. I can't reach the latch.
A look of realization crept onto Luca's face. All three kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted in turn toward the kitchen.
Time to open the cabinet. Alright, Rollo. This is your time to shine. Ah yes, you've called upon my expert detective skills. And now I shall proceed with...
Before he could finish, Luca scrambled up Rollo's back.
Hey, this isn't my idea of detective work. Every squad needs a good lockpick, and every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing. Stop complaining and hold still. Got it.
The three crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss, but the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Actually, Rollo's beneath Luca standing. It's true. Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah. I don't really know what we were expecting. Like, oh hey, let me just yank on this random teacup, man.
As Beck pulled on one of the teacups, it slanted forward with a hollow click. The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
Seems like your Gran has been doing some remodeling. Dude, only two types of people have secret lairs. Evil masterminds and superheroes. So, which one do we think she is? We're about to find out. Damn. Random teacup. Okay, so more of an unhinged conspiracist vibe? Oh wow. Yeah, this cannot be good. We need to look around before jumping to conclusions.
Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter. For a long moment, he just stared at it.
What you got there? It's my dad. Looks like some of his own medical files. Your dad was a doctor?
Luca nodded and caressed the label with his thumb.
Well, are you gonna read it? Here, let me help.
Rollo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages. He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
How about you actually read some of it? One sec. Dense documents such as these are a lot like a cheeseburger. It's best to skip straight to the middle. That's where all the meaty bits live. Wow, I had no idea we were in the presence of the preeminent scholar in dense documents. And cheeseburgers. By all means, proceed.
He stopped at a page and mimed, holding up a monocle.
Ah, here we are. Follow-up examination of Terence Wilby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malaise. Body temperature continues to drop. He now describes soreness of muscle and joints. This is similar to the symptoms exhibited by Mrs. Wilby just a few days past. Still waiting on lab results from Joseph.
Rollo looked up with heightened surprise.
Creepy. Yeah, that's kinda disturbing. Who's Joseph? That's Mr. Nuncrete's name. Wait,
Rollo's finger traced across the page.
there's more scribbled in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Wilby claims the tap water at his home has been contaminated. Perhaps environmental? Lab results only raise more questions. It's like he came back to this report later and made those notes. So it might be related to something else.
Rollo scanned through several more pages.
Here, the writing looks shaky. I just couldn't help her. This disease, or whatever it is, progresses so fast. And with his wife passing, Terence's condition follows close behind. Exacerbated by the loss. Enough is enough. I need to take matters into my own hands.
Luca, staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
What does it say next?
Rollo rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends. What? There has to be more.
Luca frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Luca, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical. See? What did he mean enough is enough? How did he take matters into his own hands? This is bullshit.
Luca slammed the drawer shut. A spider web of string connected photos of people from the town, interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
Aww. It's somebody probably like contaminated their water or something in the town and everything gone to shit. The question is who? Well, she sure has kept herself busy. Is your grand a serial killer? Because I'm starting to get a vibe. Don't be ridiculous. Sure, she's just tracking the movements of everyone in town. Out of the kindness of her heart. She put little symbols by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Nuncrete has a checkmark. The clipboards are all inside a big circle. My mom's are both on here. Both with question marks. Gus Valentine has a question mark. Eris has a question mark that's been crossed out. Mr. Kerr has a bullseye. The killer has chosen her next victim. We don't know what any of this means. Whatever it means, it's probably not good. Hey, I'm stuck. Punching bag. Professional puncher. Okay. What do we have here? Barrel smoked. Caution, explosive. And jam jars? That's enough jam to feed the whole town. What kind of incendiary jam is Gran making? You wouldn't have had me walk around town delivering bombs, right? Only one way to find out.
Rollo casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam. He
Berries,
smacked his lips.
a hint of brown sugar, and ink? What?
Rollo plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper.
Huh.
Rollo offered the slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
It's addressed to Mrs. Fratelli. A Grand Jam Gram? It says, last night I used the disguise Harris provided to scout the location. timing window should be possible. Operation Spark Plug is a go. Aw, man, are they doing a heist? Whatever it is, it can't be good. So, more a bombshell than a bomb, am I right? You're new here, so I'll let it slide. But I'm the bad joke guy around here.
They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
Ooh, this looks like a treasure map. Not every old map is a treasure map, Rolo. Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Can't fault their logic. Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. It starts at the entrance to town. And if we follow it,
Rollo carefully traced the path with his finger.
leads right to
He jabbed down at the end point.
Town Square. That's the fountain in the middle of town. What a weird place to hide treasure. Rolo, that doesn't look like treasure to me. The end of the path on the map has the same symbol as those explosives over there. So it's not hiding treasure. Real bummer. Rolo, what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month? The festival? Gulp. Did you just say gulp? This feels like a gulp kind of situation. Everyone will be gathered near the center of town. She's gonna blow up the festival. Not if we stop her. What was that?
Luca looked up from the map.
What was what? No, I heard it too. That was the front door. Which means someone just shut the door. Which means someone's upstairs. Shh, quiet. Hit the lights.
Beck flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark. Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps.
Didn't you leave the cabinet open though? Or the hutch as they call it.
Up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall. Then suddenly,
Oh boy.
it stopped. Without realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence.
Oh shit, it's him.
A final few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Oh, it's him.
The three kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump. Thump.
I'm not here to hurt anyone.
Thump.
I'm just here to help. Just...
Thump. At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
Guess it's nothing.
Rollo shifted suddenly. Luca gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth.
Oh no, don't.
It was too late. Rollo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure.
Flaming chicken coop!
With all his weight, Rollo tackled the man to the ground.
Mysterious creepy man? Anyone there?
From the dark corner, they saw something move.
Whoop. I didn't know if I had it in me. There was only one way to find out. Holy crap, Rolo, that was awesome. Wait, you just killed that person?
Luca scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
You sure clubbed him good, Rolo. He's knocked out cold.
As Beck flicked back on the light, Luca and Rollo both gasped in stereo.
Mr. Tolliver. Yep, I knew it was
Chapter
him.
7.
Not that I knew his name, but I knew it was
The
him.
interrogation of Hiram Tolliver. Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain, they couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house. After some deliberation, it was decided.
Classic good cop. Hard cop. What the hell is hard cop?
They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation.
What?
Rollo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times.
Oh no, he don't got this. He don't got this.
Rollo swaggered
Hard
past the
cop.
chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, 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 Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless. Rollo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Mr. Tolliver?
Beck and Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr. Tolliver!
He grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the world?
The chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Who? Who's there?
Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Now hold on, let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. As for you, looks like you're sweating.
The doubtful expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
We can do this my way, or let's just say I've never needed another way.
Rollo, hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
Now dance! What? I don't
Mr.
even...
Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
You've tied me down. How on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk. Spill the beans. What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper. To make sure everything's ready. Oh, so you're in cahoots with Gran. Gran?
Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Gonna help her blow up the festival, eh? Look, blow up the festival? Good
He
lord.
shook his head, feeling more and more dizzy.
No, you've got it all wrong. Where is she now? She's headed to the source. Source? What's the source? It's where
His voice faded to a whisper.
the town began. Where it all began. What is Operation Sparkplug?
With that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold. Rollo swung around with a repentant grimace.
Damn, Rollo. I think you went a little too hard on him. What did he say about the source? It's where the town began? We need more information. Yeah, but we better not push Mr. Tolliver any further. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival. Nah, that tent was put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library. If there's any information about this source thing, Kado can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. Hey, Kado, my boy. This is a dang nice library. Thanks, you work hard on it. Aren't you a little too adorable to be a librarian? Aww. Oh, Kado hang out here so much, eventually they gave him a set of keys. I just keep an eye on the place for for Miss Novak sometimes. They got you working for free? It's quiet, and I get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Fair enough. What can I do for you all? we need a favor. I already told you and Rollo. I can't put you any higher on the wait list for the next Hank Atomic. And if you're here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. Follow the personal code of conscience. Actually, we're looking to do some research. Now you're speaking my language. What are you looking for? That's the thing. We sorta don't know. What you got on the history of the town? There's the county record archives. What's in those? Births, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Did they just leave? Yep, they did. They just left him unconscious in the room, I think. Pretty boring reading. But they do go all the way back to when the town was founded. Great, we'll start there.
Chapter
Time for
8.
some digging.
6 feet under, 3 towns over.
Oh.
The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
If I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop. We have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of these asinine death records. What does that mean? I'm gonna Google. Asinine. Extremely stupid or foolish. That's a big word for a little boy. Rollo Cotter lived a full and wonderful life, till he read so much boring crud that his brain oozed out of his ears.
Rollo shut his book with an assertive nod.
He's a big boy. He knows big words that I don't know. Shame on me. If you've got a better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal. And it won't be boring county records that kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries myself.
Rollo muttered under his breath.
You're a county record. Really? That's the best you've got? When I'm done with you, you'll be the footnote in history. Just like...
Beck slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
J. Hartford here. I'd love to see you try. Hey! We're all a little tired here. Let's just take a minute and...
Something tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Wait, what was the name back? In the obit? J. Hartford? From the Brookfield Tribune 8 years ago? That can't be right. What is it? J. Hartford? That's my grand's name, Juniper Hartford. Maybe there were 2 J. Hartfords. Mrs. Hartford is survived by her younger daughter, E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. If your grand is 6 feet under, 3 towns over, then who am I living with?
The question hung in the air.
Alright, gang, I got a close up for the night.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
I actually have a idea of who she might be, but I'm not gonna say it for now. I could be wrong.
How late is it? Almost 10.
Oh crap, Pa is gonna kill me. I gotta go. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Okay, let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? I'll think of something. Yep, they just left him there.
Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house.
I think I have a feeling that the grandma is not actually the grandma, but it's still someone related to him. Because remember what the ooze does?
If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement.
Oopsie.
Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering.
Yeah, what are we gonna do about him? She's home.
He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely.
Oh, hi, Nine Cats. Thanks for popping in. Nice view work. No! Struggling. Oh, God. Thank you. Story's been great. That was so.
She was asleep.
Oh, God.
His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
Oh, boy. To the basement. They just left the thing open. That's not very smart. He's gone. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and left without a trace.
Or maybe Gran knew everything.
What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Okay, I can figure this out. Just need a little brain food.
Luca rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
Uh-oh, don't do that. I'm afraid the jam delivery will be delayed.
He flipped the lid to read the label.
Mr. Nuncrete. Okay, now I can think. So if Gran knows we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess the only option is to go to bed at night, as if nothing is wrong. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. Oh no. I feel like you shouldn't have eaten that jam. Oh no. Gran? Okay, stick to the plan. Go to bed and play it cool. Oh,
As
indeed.
Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him.
Oh boy.
With each consecutive step, his legs weakened.
Oh boy.
His stride began to falter. He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself. Something was wrong.
Come on, legs. Just a few more steps.
Luca groaned and tried to move.
Oh no.
His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground. Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
The germ. It was the germ. The jam. Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? Oh boy. Rest now and let me handle everything. That ending?
Chapter 9.
Oh, not yet.
A speech to end all speeches. Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed. He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him? Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncrete?
Yeah, why Mr. Nuncrete?
Shaking the questions from his woozy head, Luca snapped back to the matter at hand.
Other than Mr. Nuncrete being creepy and trying to flirt with her. The festival. Where have you been? Gran put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages for secret conspirators. Not this one. The one intended for Mr. Nuncrete. Put me to sleep. Whoa. Sly devil. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? We looked around, but haven't seen anything odd. Your Gran is nowhere to be found. But Mr. Nuncreed is just loafing around waiting for the speech. What speech? Mia Gus just got up to the podium. Everyone is gathering at the stage. Let's get moving. Oh boy. That's a lot of
Augustus
people.
Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Is this thing... hello, Beacon Pines. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and... I suppose you already know that. Oh yes. Before we get started, I just wanted to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be where it is today without my father, Sharper Valentine. So I thought we could begin with a round of applause befitting such a great man. Awkward. Even that's more than the old codger deserved.
Gus cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Right, where was I?
William Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a Big Tent revival.
Gus Valentine, everyone.
He gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Let's hear it for our mayor. What a great turnout. Oh heck, I didn't prepare anything. But I suppose I could say a few words. Would be a shame to waste such a beautiful podium.
Mr. Kerr pulled a big stack of note cards out from his
God.
vest.
So much for not preparing. Community, conviction, commitment. These are the things we celebrate at Perennial Harvest. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. And it's inexorable, unavoidable, and undeniable. And I am doggone thankful for it. I don't know what that means. Change is the reason we're all together today. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. A simple business trip, which brought me to a small town, which would change my life forever.
Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey
Oh,
the
God.
crowd.
You know what?
He wiped away a single tear.
From the second I set foot in Beacon Pines, something about this place has held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. Oh God, he keeps going. To see that the people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still held on to the things that made them special.
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Ugh. Community, conviction, commitment, change.
Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Ugh, he keeps going. Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you all than community. And Perennial Harvest is a community first and foremost.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
Only way you made it through the foul harvest was an unshakable conviction. A conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial Harvest was founded on the conviction that we are the horizon. This festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other.
His voice began to build to a
Oh
crescendo.
boy. We now walk hand in hand into a future we will shape together. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. Oh, I'm tired. Oh my God, he keeps going. I'm tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. Oh boy. What was that?
The crowd began to look around nervously.
Don't worry, a little thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone remain calm.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all of my travels, I have learned one true thing. One always reaps what they sow. We have all planted a lot of good in this town. And so it is with a happy heart that I can proclaim,
He raised his hands up to the heavens.
our harvest awaits. Lol. Well...
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd,
There was that.
instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched. For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end.
Our harvest.
On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time. The end.
What the heck?
There's that ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything. Maybe we should just quit? Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again. No, we got a little closer this time. We just need to try again. Please.
Well, there's a few options here. Let's try the sly way. Sly cop.
They'd run the classic good cop, sly cop interrogation. Luca and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task.
Oh, it's Beck's turn.
With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
What? What's going on here? You're that mod will go. Please, call me back. Sorry about all this.
Mr. Tolliver looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent you here?
Beck caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was gonna be easy.
You know how Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she sent a child? What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who would suspect a kid? I suppose that makes sense.
Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand. You never know who to trust in this town.
Mr. Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. So, it turns out we're both here too.
Beck twirled her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
Destroy the evidence.
Beck shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep, the old gal is nothing if not thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
Sure is. Can't blame her though. She's so slick. Yeah, oh gosh. If anyone were to find out that we're going to destroy the source, well, we both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning things up down here.
Beck was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
You sure you can finish this up on your own? Juniper trusted me for a reason. He can leave the rest to me. Look, there is one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing really. The other day I had the radio on scan while restocking the candy shelf. And wouldn't you know it, I intercepted an old phrase in a perennial harvest transmission. Underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. But it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. But we have a password and nowhere to put it. It's gotta mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go work that out. I've got this under control. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
Damn. You guys catch that? Sure did. This whole time Mr. Tolliver's had a candy shelf, but all he ever sells us is apples.
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
The password, Rollo. Well, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shelf. Fine. In the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he heard a password on the radio. Any good spy transmission is never what it seems.
Beck marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
We just need to find a hidden meaning. Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried? Covered? Could it be a cover-up? Maybe it's one of those each letters and number thingies. So U would be 21, N would be 14, T would be... Ooh, it's an anagram. BlanCritters drugstore.
Luca and Beck looked at Rollo with amazement.
What? Rollo, that was incredible. Well, it's either that or Kren's new drugstore. Yeah, I think you were right the first time. How did you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. You scared me half to death. Sorry. You kids haven't seen Mr. Tolliver around, have you? New drugstore. Yeah, the new drugstore. Nope. He's got me waiting around like the last slice of pie. I swear that man would be late to his own funeral. I mean, if you're late to your own funeral, isn't that a good thing? That means you did die. Time to investigate the drugstore. Oh shit. You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sister. We've got our both work. Work? You? I had a few more details to lock down for the festival. Oh, what do you have to report? What is this Insipid Town festival really about? I think
Gus looked around nervously.
Mr. Kerr really just wants to do something good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend some time with him. I didn't pull strings installing you as mayor so that you could make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what Kerr and Perennial Harvest's true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. This is our father's town. Was. Excuse me? This was our father's town. He's gone, heirs, and he isn't coming back. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us. We accepted that help. We didn't agree to them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. That is just a temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damned backyard. They are dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When this all inevitably goes wrong, who do you think will be blamed?
Eris's cry hung in the air.
You have a new choice to make now, sister. This town is going to change whether we like it or not. Are we going to choose to be a part of their future, or be forgotten in the past? It's a shame. Father named you Augustus, but you will always just be a Gus. Good night, heirs. I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow. What kind of insult was that? It's getting late, children. This lady is just forever reading at the fountain, gosh. She really doesn't have a home. Just a Gus. It's Solomon! He's cute.
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Hey, Solomon. We're looking for Mr. Nuncrete. Is he still in there? I'm afraid not. Then where do you get the candy from? You might say we have an arrangement.
Solomon shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Sometimes it's the small pleasures in life. Though we might not always have family to rely on. Licorice has never let me down. Well, I can't say licorice would be my first choice. But whatever floats your boat. can tell a lot about a person by their choice of confection. Oh, yeah, I guess. I like sour gobs. I am certain you do. I always wondered why Mr. Nuncreed kept licorice in stock. You must eat enough of it to make it worthwhile. There are many ways to earn loyalty. For some, it's as easy as cold, hard cash. Dale is right. It's locked. There's gotta be more clues. Okay, let's see. Now how do we get in? Ooh. Telephone booth? Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? Beside Mr. Nuncreed? No.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
This is not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad. Why would there be a blinky keypad? Prin's new drugstore. I mean, underground secrets. The password.
Beck flung open the door and they all squeezed in.
New drugstore. Alright, let's see here.
Luca cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Underground secrets. Sounds like that did something. Wait, now what? I guess we...
The inside of the phone booth dropped loose from its shell. Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate.
It's a lift.
Suddenly,
Have they
the
never
kinetic
entered the
descent
lift before?
slowed to an effortless landing. It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground. The air was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
I knew it. You knew there was a secret hub full of strange tubes under the phone booth? Of course I did. Didn't I say that? No. I definitely thought it. Luca, do you remember when I said how cool it would be if the trans-dimensional conduits from Hank Atomic Issue 12 were real? Rolo, at one point or another, you've said that about every technology ever discussed in Hank Atomic. That's why I'm such a good predictor. It looks like each of these has something written on them. Mining Operations Alpha. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. This town is all farms and fertilizer. And a series of tubes. I always says you can only trust a miner up to the point when they hit gold. Not sure how that wisdom applies in this exact situation. That's the thing about Pa, you don't always realize what he means until it's too late. Perennial Harvest main office. That's where my mom works? What does she do? Science stuff. Is she involved in all of this? We just moved here. How could she be involved? True. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would Perennial Harvest have a tube going to the old Valentine place? This is starting to feel like something big. This suit has a broken mask. So have we found a mystery warehouse creeper? We've at least found their hazmat suit. If it walks like a Nuncreed and talks like a Nuncreed, let's not jump to conclusions. Just saying. That's a lot of buttons. Stand aside, Earthlings. I've read enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi tech.
Rollo's hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Eeny, meeny, miny. Oh boy. Rolo, what did you do? Nothing. I didn't even mow yet. What was that?
Hide.
Where? There's nothing but weird tubes down here.
Just get back.
Lol. Shit.
Shit. Shit.
Awesome. You all need to come with me. Now.
We aren't going anywhere with you. Not until we get some answers.
Mr. Underground Secrets. I told them it was an absurd password. But they love anything that makes them feel clever.
They who?
That's no matter. If I can keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins.
We don't care about our skins.
Hold on now, I like my skin.
This all stops now, BlanCritters.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him.
Ooh,
Walt.
you don't get to talk about my dad.
You know, your father and I were friends. Back before
He gestured toward the strange tubes.
all of this.
That's a lie.
It's true. I used to bounce you on my knee.
What happened?
Same thing that always happened. Reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. An idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist. Both hell-bent on helping folks. So you were his sidekick? No. We were partners. He helped the patients, and I helped him. Yup, total sidekick.
BlanCritters let out a growl of a sigh.
Luca, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Shopper Valentine comes to us. Says he's got an opportunity. He's found something he didn't quite understand. Says the sidekick. And he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it.
And my dad said no.
Your father and I both believed in helping people. But the thing I could never get him to understand was, it's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. Classic sidekick into villain plotline. Walt loved being righteous almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Shopper Valentine, they'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone.
He shook his head wistfully.
Shopper's long gone, but he still got me saying yes.
Is there a point to this sob story?
Not really, no. Just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
BlanCritters took a menacing step towards the children.
So, I tried to keep you safe. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of this. But you forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
What?
You really don't know? My Gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose.
Juniper?
Seems like she's planning on crashing the town's party.
She's going to disrupt the festival? Why would she?
The color drained from BlanCritters' face.
How does she know?
Apparently she knows a lot of things.
What?
Let's just say this isn't the only underground lair we've busted into today.
And honestly, hers is way cooler. She's got maps and explosives and bad intentions, big man.
BlanCritters grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what it is she's messing with. Tell me now. She's in danger, boy.
I don't know. She had a map with her mark on the fountain in town square.
The fountain? But why
A
would...
jolt of realization struck Mr. BlanCritters.
She knows about the source? What the heck is the source? If she tries to destroy the source, it could catalyze and... Dear God, she's going to freeze us. Oh shit, that's what Gran has done. He's like, Toodaloo, you all need to run. Run where? Away. As far away from the town as you can get. Hit west and don't look back. The way he just zooms out of there. Did not go how I expected. Oh, we're totally following him, right? Totally. See you on the other side. I love the sound it makes. You good? Yep. I love this town.
Chapter 8.
Oh, we're getting somewhere now.
The cold, hard truth. Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera, as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carom her gracefully along. She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth.
Nice.
Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant, light blazed into view. A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
Oh well. Holy cow. That was intense. Yeah. I think I might have parted with some fluids in there. Any idea where we are? Somewhere cold. Doesn't look like it got on any of us. Didn't feel like we traveled that far. So, where did it all go? Talking about like vomiting or something, and then it'd be like, the rest are just like, where the heck are we? This place sucks. Why would anyone even want to blow something up out here? Only one way to find out, I suppose. Gotta catch up to Nuncrete. I think he went this way. Okay guys, I think I'm gonna call it here because I feel like there's still quite a bit to this. And it will be good to do it tomorrow. Because I have this stream planned for tomorrow as well, so Beacon Pines tomorrow. We continue the mystery. Seems like it. Yeah, the layers of this layers of mystery is just getting thicker and thicker. Gosh. But I gotta hand it to them. The game creators knew what they were doing. The plot twists and like layers of mysteries. Damn, it's good. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying it. I actually quite like this. Like I didn't think I'll be so into it, but I'm actually really into it now. I won't be able to make it tomorrow. Well, if you want to find out what happens, there's always the VOD. Or you can play it for yourself. I recommend it, I think, so yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it, I think. Unless they really mess up the ending. I doubt they will. Or I hope they don't anyway, so. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for watching, Tyra. Oh right, I'm gonna rate Claude because it's his birthday. It's his birthday subathon, and I'm gonna be there later. So, if you guys wanna continue watching, I'll be in Claude's stream playing Among Us in like 45 minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna rate him. So you can just chill in there if you want, but no pressure. But yeah, I'll see you guys on stream tomorrow or later in Among Us if you are watching Claude. Go support my boy. Not me boy. Why can't I find it? Weird. Why can't I find it? Weird. Can I find his channel? I not read him? Oh, I can't read him. Why? Well, I'll put his link there so you guys can go join in. I don't have a read message, not yet. And for some reason I can't read him. I don't know if he has like requirements on his raid or something. Maybe he has it turned off. Yeah, maybe he has raids turned off. I don't know. Oh, let me try that actually. Copy. Alright, we're zooming into his stream, I think. Let me try and get this sorted. There we go. See you guys on the other side. Bye for now.